get problems at my doorstep all the time, but we get solutions together. I don't have the answers. We're going to find the solutions together. Our job as leaders is to turn their lights on, to get from good to great and great to exceptional. That's our job. Our job isn't to be like, I'm a leader. Look at me.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Talk2Rami. I am very, very excited today because I am going to talk to an amazing person, Claude Silver, and we're gonna talk about people. I love that. Claude Silver, she's currently the Chief Heart Officer of VaynerMedia in New York. She has done so many stuff. She's gonna explain to all of us, but let me tell you something. Everything goes around people. And this is what sometimes we do not recognize. But welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. So good to see you, Rami. Thank you. Thank you.
I am so happy that you are here because people and empathy are the most important thing in my life. Whatever I have in my life right now, personal or professional, is about the people that I talk to and the people that I believe. And I was reading your book. Actually, this is an amazing book. I tell everybody, I was just telling Claude that I got this on Thursday at 7 p.m. and I finished it by 2:30 a.m. I could not put it down because the chapters are so encouraging and connected one chapter to another from your personal background, your history. And the greatest part was this, because I served in the military and then the survival camp. Oh my God. Oh my God. I love that part, that how close you came to quit, but you didn't. Do you think that part changed your life?
Changed my life. And I was 19, and I remember it like yesterday. And just to tell the readers, I signed up for a 93-day wilderness leadership outward bound. So outward bound, it's all about servant leadership. And I was the only young woman. There were 9 young men. We're all carrying about 80 pounds on our back. I was so out of shape. And, but I told my parents I needed to do this. I knew I needed to get out of like civilization to go get myself right, clear myself. And it's the first day, and we're in the Colorado Rockies. We're about maybe 10,000 feet up. So the air gets thin up there, my friends. And it's snowing, and I'm hating life, and I want to quit. And the 9 guys, basically jogged up the mountain. And here I am trying to traverse up this mountain and praying that I break my ankle. Praying.
Oh my God.
And I trip over something and boom, I have to be evacuated out. Well, that didn't happen. What happened is, as you know, my instructor, who was a female at the time, comes all the way down. She looks at me probably like 1.5 feet away, 2 feet away from my face. And remember, I'm crying and raining and ugh. And she says, "What's going on in your head?" And I said to her exactly what was going on in my head. Well, I'm singing that song, Head Like a Hole, Black Is Your Soul. I'd rather die than give you control by 9 Inch Nails. And she looks at me, straight face, and she goes, "You better get another song in your head." And that was that. And it took me a few days to really incorporate that into my being. But 93 days later, I came out a very different person, very humbled by the world and the Grand Canyon and everything like that. But just, it was really remarkable that she gave me that coaching right then and there.
That was the greatest start of your journey.
Yes, it was.
And then, when I go through the more chapters, you would start working in the VaynerMedia and for advertising and in the campaign. And then in one day, sometimes, one day you decided that's not for me and you took off. Why did you do that?
My soul was not in it anymore. I couldn't it didn't matter to me how we got this into your hands. It didn't matter if it was yellow or blue or red or brown. I love the team that does it, but I couldn't sit in another client meeting talking about how are we going to get this into your hand. There are people that do it much better than me. And so, and all I really was doing here, aside from running this very large account, was mentoring people. I love that. I'm a player, I'm a coach, I'm a cheerleader. So I went up to Gary Vaynerchuk, my boss, and thank you very much. I no longer want to do advertising. I love this place. You're the best. I don't want to be in advertising anymore. And he said, well, what do you want to do?
Wow.
I said the following: I only care about the people here. I care about the heartbeat. About 9 months later, first and foremost, I resigned. And then we have breakfast, we sit down, and he says, you're coming back, you're going to be chief heart officer, boom.
That's it,
and
like that.
That was it. He's like, that's it, you're coming back, you're going to be chief heart officer. And I said, okay, I feel like I know what that is, but how do we know if I'm successful? And he said, you'll touch every single human being and infuse the agencies with empathy. I thought, all right, great, aspirational. I got to figure out how to do that. Basically, how to scale him and scale the unscalable. And it's been, 11 years that almost 12 years that I've been with him. So it has been a journey, a lifetime.
You work in an environment like, I work in an agency. You work in an environment that is very tense, that is deadline, working with the clients, high demand clients, and dealing with different characters, different peoples. And sometimes, they have different skill sets. So they have different emotions. But your title of the book, it says that be yourself at work. And I know we say this at all the time. I always tell my people that be yourself. Don't try to change yourself to achieve something else. Yeah. But why some people do that? Is it because the self-confidence, because the judgment, they don't want to be vulnerable?
Yeah, everyone's got their own history, right? Everyone's got their own triggers. Some people don't want you to get close. Don't get too close to me. I'm going to keep you out with a shield. Maybe because they have shame, maybe because they don't like themselves, maybe because they're afraid of your criticism, whatever. There's some people that don't know how to really even be themselves because they never spent time with themselves, right? So they don't, self-awareness is like, what? What are you talking about? I'm aware. And they're like, not really. So I think that there's the, people wanting to keep people out because I want to protect myself. I think there's the other bit of I don't even know what you're talking about. What do you mean be myself? I am myself, but that person, changes the minute they walk in the door every day. Right? So I think honestly, it comes from a place of fear, and it comes from a place of not wanting to be judged and criticized. And, true belonging means showing up as you are, not having to change who you are to fit in. At least that's my belief.
I'm with you on that one.
I know you are. If you are a zebra, be a zebra. You're not a giraffe.
I tell you a very short story. When I start doing the speaking, I speak Farsi, I'm Persian. Yeah. Now Gary is part of my tribe. Yes. And I was doing my first speaking engagement, and it was a big audience, like 600-700 people for University of Texas Project Management Institute. And I had a friend, and he said that you got to get an accent coach. And I have this lady in LA that she does teach for accents. And I said, okay, I give her a call. When I called her, she said, why you want to change your accent to American accent? I said, I have this speaking engagement. I'm just afraid people, they're not going to understand what I'm saying. And she said something very interesting. She said, I coach people to be a person they are not. They're playing an act. They're acting in a character with a different language. You have to be yourself. You gotta be yourself. I am not gonna do it to you because it's gonna hurt you more than help you. You have to go on the stage and be yourself. I took the advice. I went over there and I was myself. And 4 weeks later, a lady called me and invited me for speaking. And I said, how did you find me? She said, one of my friends said, call the guy with the accent.
Oh my God.
And that day I figured out that I want to be who I want to be.
Yeah, be you. That's what I love. I love that story. And one of the things I love so much about Gary is it's what you see is what you get.
That's what I love about him.
You know, he wears a baseball hat every day, unless he's getting married, right? Like he is who he is. And that allows, I think, other people to feel more comfortable being who they are. Like we want people the only way to build an inclusive environment is to make sure you are including people that don't look like you, don't talk like you, don't pray like you, don't eat like you. That's what we need, because that's what the world is made of. Different people. That's how we're made. Yeah, we need difference. We need it. And, you know, I wish in my life that we could eradicate and erase racism. One day. In the meantime, the door will always be open. Be who you are.
Are you hiring based on the skills or attitude?
We hire based on skills. Yes.
How it works, how you build your culture.
Yeah, so we build our culture with very high touch, talking to everyone. Wow. And when you start, you're going to say to me, okay, so who are the 5 people I should know? And I'm going to tell you 5 people. I'll probably introduce you. And I say, Rami, when you go talk to them, ask them who are their 5 people. That you can get known outside of the little group you work in. And you can start to hear what's going on in this agency. Why do people stay so long, right? Like that's how one of the ways you scale the culture is by touching people and not being afraid of whatever they're going to bring you. You know, I get problems at my doorstep all the time, but we get solutions together. That's the thing. I don't have the answers, but if I meet with someone, they're having a problem, we're going to find the solutions together. That's much more powerful than me being like, I have the answer. I don't have the answer.
Your people in your agency, are they comfortable to stand up and say, this is what I think, this is what we should do? Because in so many businesses I have seen, they say, come here, 8 to 5, do your job, go home.
Yeah, no, thank you.
It's just like that, because I was reading a book. It was a scenario that you explained that you were crushing it for 2 weeks, working this project, and some individual stood up and said, with all due respect, I think this is not right, but we can all solve it together and end up you all guys solving it together. How did you achieve to that point? Like, how did you teach the people?
You mean here?
Yeah. How did you tell them? Stand up and tell me what you think.
Well, I have something on my wall right here that says, create an environment where people that are afraid to express what they want to express it. It's called psychological safety. It's called everyone can share their idea. It's called active listening. So I can listen. Listen, we're a creative agency. So there's a lot of ideas here. And we want to build a place and continue to foster that place where everyone feels like they can share an idea. The project manager can share a creative idea. Why not? The psychological safety and the feeling of I'm safe and I belong here. How do I know I belong here? People know my name. I get feedback. I give feedback. How else do I know? How else do people know my name? I occasionally go out with some friends, or I play soccer with some friends, or I eat lunch in the cafeteria with some friends. You know, how do I know I'm known? Claude knows me. Gary knows me. This person knows me. Like, that is the key. One of the things that I do in this room is I just connect the dots for people. You know, I say, hey, I'm listening to them. Oh, they sound like they're very innovative and they like tech. Great. I know exactly the 3 people I'm going to introduce them to, because I want them to get to be known. I want them to be known. I don't need to be known. I'm already known. This is about spreading all of that wealth and that goodness so that people feel like they are a part of something much bigger than themselves, which they are.
What do you think most of the leaders are missing when it comes down to culture?
Taking the time to get to know a person. Taking the time to say, hey, I hear you got engaged. Congratulations. Oh, you have a daughter? I have a daughter too. I mean, just being real. I think leaders also oftentimes are leading from up here as though they have all the answers. No, they don't. There's no way. There's no way someone has all the answers, especially in an agency where you need all different people. So that's, I think, a part of it. And I think the other part is leaders just don't want to share some of themselves.
And I talked to one of the executive in one company. I said, why don't you ask? He said, I don't want to tell them I'm vulnerable. I don't want to tell them that I don't know it. It's not nice that the leader, they think the leader doesn't know the answer. I said, come on, man. I work in the agency. I asked a 22 years, I'm 58. I asked a 22 years old guy, I said, can you come here? I am very confused with this app, how this works. And he said, sir, are you sure? I said, absolutely. I need your help, man. And he laughed and he was so happy. He was in the sky. And I said, thank you so much. But some people, especially with this generation, that they are very smart. And we have to acknowledge that. But how are we going to get to that point? How are we going to acknowledge that is an art? Especially for all the school guys like me, is an art because we don't understand it. They are fast. Like my daughter types like you can't believe it. How are we going to step into their world, especially in your agency? That's challenging. Did you even face that kind of challenges?
Personally, no. And I'll tell you why. I think I'm a kid at heart. That's one thing. Two, like, I love people. So I'm like, just teach me.
Like you.
Yeah, I know nothing. Teach me whatever. I have I have lived experience. I can teach you through lived experience, but how you use the back end of Snapchat, I have no idea. So teach me. And I think having that mentality of like, I'm a learner. I'm a learner. I want to learn. I learn something here every day. I tell you, every day I walk away, something sparked today. And I love that feeling. That's what I want for everyone here. And I can only do so much. I can't change their behavior, but I can hopefully do enough spending time with them, spending time with our leadership to remind them to our job as leaders is to turn their lights on, right? To get from good to great and great to exceptional. That's our job. Our job isn't to be like, I'm a leader. Look at me. No. I
think we need to understand the desire of the people that we hire, what they actually want to do. Like I hired an account executive in a fitness account. She was doing great, but always I was watching her with my video production guys that were in the studio. She was just getting excited. And one day I went to her and said, Caitlin, you like video production? She said, no, sir. Yeah, always, watching these guys. I'm very like things, but let me show you what I've done. Oh my God. She showed me what she done with her shot with, with her sister, with her iPhone.
Yeah.
And I said, why you never ask me? I took her out from the account executive, put her on the video production team as an intern, work with them and everything. She's one of our best shooters right now.
That's amazing. And that's because you paid attention. You, the leader, and you can I'm sure you're a very busy person. You have to pay attention, but you did. And now you put her in a position of strength. And she's just up. And that's a big part of it, paying attention to what these people are all about. Because, they could be a project manager, but they actually could be a great copywriter because they love it.
This book, I'm telling you, folks, you should read. I'm serious. You should read this book. I cannot emphasize enough. One part I read it that you took somebody out of the account because she had a problem with alcohol before and you took her out. And damn, Claude, that was bold.
That takes cojones, as they say in Spanish.
Exactly. It's just amazing. Explain.
Yeah, the person told me it was unhealthy for them to be on this account. It was detrimental to the work that they had done, and they didn't want to be around alcohol. When you hire someone, you certainly don't say, hi there, Rami, we're going to put you on an alcohol account. Maybe you do, but maybe you don't, right? And this was a very junior person. And the fact that she had the courage to tell me, that's all. I just needed to know. We're done. We're
But
done.
you understood that, and a lot of people don't do that.
I mean, I know what to listen for, which is this person was concerned about their health. And I could understand that. They were, fighting an addiction. I'm certainly not going to have this company be to blame for someone slipping. No, thank you. No, thank you. No. So that was like, well, that's just 1 + 1 = 2. That's easy. Now, there are people here that don't want to work on certain brands, as you well know, and we can't move you today, right? We'll try to move you in 6 months, but also like you and me in the agency world, we've had to eat a lot. I've had to work on brands I didn't want to work on either.
Me too.
Yeah, that's part of it. And I'm probably a stronger person because I made myself go through it. But it wasn't a detriment to my health.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like, I just don't feel like working on that kind of account, but all right.
And then how you define emotional intelligence, because you're very good at it. You talk about it, and that's kind of is a backbone of what you do. How you define that?
Well, emotional intelligence is understanding that we all, if we turn it on, have an incredible capability. We have this other kind of smarts, and that is the ability to read other people, the ability to read a room, see how someone's sitting like this.
Yeah.
I hope you can read that, right? You have the ability to be generous with your time, a growth mindset. Yes, and right? How do you read that? In the interview process, it's very easy for me to ask open-ended questions. Hey, tell me about a time when you failed. What am I listening for? I'm listening to see if you own it. Are you owning that you failed, or are you blaming someone else? Are you making it look really good for me? I hope not, because I failed and it is messy, right? Tell me about a time when you were on a team that won. Are you going to be I? Or are you going to talk about the we? The we won. The we did this. So I look for people that are aware of themselves and aware that they have this thing inside of them which enables them to be kind and generous and compassionate and empathetic. And do they use it? And then there's something called emotional fluency. In emotional fluency, you are fluent in Farsi.
Yes.
You are fluent in English. You are fluent in emotion. You know how to speak human. That's what emotional fluency is. So it's one thing to have the intelligence. It's another thing to use it.
I believe the self-awareness, because if I don't know who I am, how can I help somebody else?
Thank you.
If I cannot define who I am, how can I help somebody else? And some people, they think taking care of yourself, mental or health or whatever, is selfish.
Right.
But I always say that you got to discover yourself first, your why, who you are, and then you can help other people.
Yes.
And sometimes it's hard to explain that.
Yeah. Well, I think you have to walk that walk. I didn't know that either when I was a kid, when I was younger. I thought, well, I just have a heart to help. But I didn't realize how bad I was being to myself. I wasn't a friend to myself. At that outward bound, 93 days, I learned what makes me tick, what I don't, what I like, what I want to do more of in my life. But I took that time. And we know self-awareness is a lifelong journey, because who you are today at 50 might be a little different than who you were at 25. Who I am in my 50s is different than who I am at 30, for sure.
It took me 27 years to say enough is enough. I want to be who I am. I can do a lot of stuff. I can sell, but I can't do it. I'm not a salesperson. If you tell me sales this, I say, what? Yeah. But when I connect with people, when I connect with people, my goal is not selling, and everybody asking me, how did you do that? How did you close that account? I said, I just went lunch with the CEO. We had to talk about their family, his family, and everything else. Oh, you closed it. I said, I don't know. I said, what? You don't know? They just called us. I said, I didn't go to sell him. I really went to get to know him, to connect with him. And then I figured out I'm a freaking connector. I'm not the salesperson.
Amazing. You know the strength of relationships.
But it took me 27 years.
I bet you it was in there. I bet you it was in there. And
But
there
I
was
didn't allow it. I didn't allow it.
there you go.
I
You
did
did-
not allow myself to be who I want to be.
Yeah.
That's what I did it to myself. And I always tell everybody, allow yourself to be who you are, regardless of what people they're going to think about you. Because good or bad, they're going to judge you.
Be yourself.
Be yourself. Folks, be yourself.
The book is Be Yourself, ... You want to be yourself at work? Great. You want to be yourself on the soccer team? Great. You want to be yourself at home? Great. Be yourself, and it starts with you.
It's not only work, it's a personal, it's a relationship. I was talking to my wife because she's the chief operating officer of a big nonprofit. I said, baby, you're going to buy this. You're going to give it to each employee to read it. She said, why? I said, I am telling you, this is going to help.
So it's not rocket science.
No.
It's really not. And if you take the time to get to know yourself, get to know what you like, what you don't like, start there. And then, of course, you can start to appreciate and respect other people's self-awareness.
Everything that I have, you have, people like us, they have is because they had that courage to go step in unfamiliar territory and connect with the others.
That's right.
That's what it happened to me. Everything, and I tell you a very short story. I love the stories. I was sitting, my office was next to the coffee shop, and one day I went to grab a coffee. I saw is a big table of this beautiful lady with the workout clothes. They're sitting with the color orange. I didn't know who they are. And then one of them was struggling to register their Google My Business on Google because they were open in 2 weeks. And at that time, we were Google Trusted Verified at the agency level. And then I was just hearing the conversation. And I went and I said, ma'am, can I help you out? And she said, how? I said, I can register your location. I put my badge, I put my code, 5 minutes, I registered the location. And she said, that's it? We are trying to contact Google for 2 months. You are sent by God. I said, no, I just did my job. She said, can I buy you coffee? I said, no, thank you. I already ordered my coffee. And then before I leave the coffee shop, she handed me her card and I kept it. And she got my card. 2 weeks later, a guy called me, and he was the VP of operation for Texas. And he said, I heard what you did. Can we invite you for lunch? I said, sure. And I had a lunch. Make this story short, the guy was the VP of operation of Orange Theory Fitness.
Oh, no. No way.
I swear to God, Claude.
Oh, my God.
And I didn't know that brand. And I am friend with the CEO of the whole Texas region and the Colorado, everything for almost 9 years. I was at all their convention. We built some great friendship. And we had, in one given time, we had hundreds of studios under our work. It's by simple kindness. Just go out there and what you can do. We all capable of doing that.
Oh my God, we learn kindness when we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. We learn how to be kind. That's what we, right? That is so beautiful. What you did cost you nothing.
Nothing.
It gave you everything. It gave you a feel-good moment. You helped someone out, which feels good to us. You didn't know that you were going to get called for a lunch of orange.
No.
Like, you were just being a good Samaritan.
Absolutely. And after that, I contact with Ellen, the founder, and then we got to know each other. We had so much fun, but things will happen if we allow ourselves to happen.
Yes, exactly. If we say to ourselves, I know I have extra in here. I've got extra to give today. I can give. I can go say to that person, hey, can I buy you a coffee? Hey, you want to take a walk? Hey, I see that you're having a hard time. Right? We can do that because there's so much wealth inside of our hearts, inside of our bodies. But a lot of us are like, nope, it's mine.
Yep.
It's not ours. It's everyone's. Come on.
We all going to leave this planet.
That's right.
And you're not going to take anything. I swear to God, you're not going to take anything whatsoever. Why don't you give with what you have? With what you can do. It's not the financial. It's a simple phone call to your mother and say, I was thinking about you. I love you, Mom. I'm just checking on you. To your best friend. To your employee. If you have 200 employees, it's going to take you 30 seconds.
Yes.
For each employee. Every day. If you don't have 30 seconds for each employee, close it down. Close the shop.
Close it down. If that's what I say. If I end a keynote or someone's like, What's one thing you can leave our readers with today or whatever? It's like, take out your phone and find 3 to 5 people that you haven't texted in a long time and say, hey, buddy, Happy New Year. Hey, I'm thinking about you. I hope you're well. Happy New Year. Whatever. That took me 3 seconds right there. Nothing. And you know what? How wonderful. Someone's going to open that up and be like, wow, Claude thought about me today. Right? Like, wow, that's so cool. Where did that come from? That's called generosity of spirit.
As you said, it's not hard to understand. It is not. It's a 1 + 1 is 2. Well, we are still not doing it. I think, Claude, in some point, I think that some of us, we are selfish.
Well, yeah.
Unfortunately. And there's nothing wrong with it, but to what level?
Yeah. To what level? And is that how you want to leave your legacy? Right? Is that what you want to leave for your children? Whatever. Like, dear John Jones died today. He was a selfish man. No, I don't want that.
You are right. You are right. And, I listen and watch Gary all the time. And the reason my staff, they're saying, why you watch him, or they said, he says exactly like what it is. Maybe one Monday morning you get up and it says your mother died. What are you going to do? Or do what you love. It's a simple thing, but he keeps pounding it.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing as you. It's the relationships. He's just trying to wake people up in his very simple terms. His messaging has never changed. Be kind, be humble, work hard. Tell your people you love them. Believe in people. It's the same message over and over and over again. The great thing is that there's a lot of people that follow him, and I feel really good about that because he's got good common sense. And we just need more. We need more people to understand. When Rami wins, Claude wins.
Oh, absolutely. Amen.
Yeah, right? There's
Amen.
No war here. Yeah, you and I are cut from the same cloth.
I think so because Claude, being a good person is not about how much money you got, how much wealth you got, what kind of car you drive, where you live, how many followers you have. I am who I am. I am nobody compared with the millions and millions of followers, but they are the same. They are nothing against, they're the same as us.
Yeah, I mean, do you have red blood? My blood's red.
Yeah.
Right? Your blood's red. Let's start there.
They all went through rough patches in life. They came out of it with success. Good. I'm happy.
That's great.
But I'm just saying, we all human. How about we all help one another?
Thank you.
It doesn't matter. Maybe Claude calls me next time. He say, do you know anybody in Austin? Austin, Texas. They can do it. I say, no problem, my friend. I got your back. Here you go.
Yeah. You want to come to New York? You want to work out of our offices? Go right ahead.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Right over there.
Oh, thank you so much. It's just the relationships that makes us strong, build us.
Yeah.
As far as the culture, as far as the family. You can't be yourself with your wife and you're going to pretend with the great husband that you want to be in her head.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
No.
I swear to God, it's not going to work.
Oh, you got to walk the walk. You can't just talk the talk. You got to walk the walk and show up. Just show up and know that it's not going to be perfect because nothing is perfect.
And then you said great things. You said listening. Listen. Especially employee relationship with the executive leadership or employees, it's just listening. It's nothing more than that. Just listen what he has to say. He's going to a rough divorce and he's your salesperson. His numbers, of course, is going to be down.
Of course he's tanking. Yeah.
Of course you can't use it against him and say, I'm sorry, you didn't make your numbers for this month. I'm going to have to let you go. It's just, what kind of human does that? At least give it a shot and walk the walk with him.
Walk the walk and say, hey, is there something I can do? How can I support you? Do you have someone to talk to? Let me hook you up with our EAP. Let me hook you up with a friend. Do you have a heart to help? Do you have a heart to give?
My God.
That's what it's about. It's about having a giving heart, and it's not difficult for you and I. I understand it's difficult for other people because of where they come from, because of whatever they have going on in here, right? The limitations in here. But I know in my heart of hearts, almost everyone can get there.
Of course. Everybody asked me, how did you make it? I said, I started as a dishwasher. I couldn't even speak English. The guy was telling me, what's up? And I was looking at the ceiling. I swear to God, Claude. I swear to God. They were making fun of me. And the next time he was busy and I said, what's up? And he said, oh, I'm busy. I got to run this pizza. And I said, I got you. And the next time he asked me, I said, I'm busy. And he said, oh my God, we can't make fun of him anymore. It's just, we all started from somewhere, all the immigrants asking me, how did you make it? I said, hard work hard, and just understand people, respect them, and connect with people and be who you are. That's all.
That's it.
There's no like a silver bullet or magic recipe for it.
No, listen, I am no smarter than anyone else. In fact, I have so much to learn from people. But connecting with people is not difficult. That is what I will say. You can teach me a lot of other things, but being able to say hi to someone in the hallway or the elevator is not a challenge for me.
I want to ask you this. When you get up in the morning, what motivates you? What your juice about when you get up in the morning?
A few things. One, I actually love what I do. This is like a spiritual practice to me. It's beautiful. I love what I do. It's not a job. My children, I have little children, 4.5.
I saw that view growing up so fast. I remember I was watching the photos. Oh my God.
So, and I'm an older mom. I'm an older parent. So I am relearning things that, I don't know how to play with a Barbie doll. Well, I do now. Yesterday I was drawing, my little one wanted to draw Elphaba and Glinda. And, she was like, no, you use this color. You use this color. So my kids, my family, I want to bring tenderness to this world.
I really, really love what you said. And I'm going to start telling everybody, a few folks, you listening, you watching, please go ahead and get the book. This book is great. It's an amazing book to read. You can get it on Amazon. I got it on Amazon. You can check the website and everything. It's easy. It takes like a day with the primer for you to.
And when people, I'm going to tell you, when people want to buy it for their teams, there's not only is there a big discount that we can give you,
yes,
but then you get an hour of my time.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We can do a lot in an hour.
Wow. I didn't know that. You guys, you can have Claude for an hour. You got to jump on that deal.
Just buy X amount of books. I have a link. I'll send it to you. Give it to your wife because you get a
absolutely. I'm going to tell her to buy it for the team. I hope one day I can visit you in New York. I promise if you come to New York, I'll stop by the office, say hi, have a coffee with you. Please. And if you come to Austin, Texas, please do not hesitate.
I will.
And if you need anything here, my friend, I'm always here, one phone call away, one email, anything I can do to help or guide or assist, always.
Likewise.
Always
As they say, mi casa is su casa.
Su casa. I love it.
Thank you, Rami.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate you. You are amazing. You are one of the person that's trying to change the world for better. Thank you. And I'm grateful for that.
You and me both. Thank you.